The LCS Challengers League is brought to you by Turo, the world's largest car-sharing marketplace. Find your drive.
Welcome back to the LCS Challengers League, and we are here with the Rally Cry halftime show. I'm Mazel. I'm joined by Magical and Cubby yet again. But before we get to the fun stuff, I gotta talk about the fun of game number one, especially if you're a FlyQuest fan. I want to go ahead and bring up the post-game breakdown. Check out exactly how it went down. There were some tussles. All right, Cubby, I know maybe the end goal was still the same, but Supernova did not give up. I think you guys highlighted very well in there. They play with their heart. We saw it here against their top team, one of our top teams in our league as well.
I mean, honestly, it was a pretty close game. I think the Supernova did some good things early on, but you could see at that 20-minute mark, things started to go the way of...
You could see the fight.
Yeah.
You can see it in the gold graph.
It started to go the way of Mount Spyrax, and the Supernova were never able to climb Mount Spyrax, as all that gold went onto the Jace, who got a quad and then a triple within the span of 3 minutes, and that was GG.
Yeah. It was unfortunate, and unfortunately for Supernova, this does mean no matter what, even if they win this next game, they are playing in the promotion tournament.
Yep, and that does mean maybe a little bit of stress off the arms or shoulders of Supernova, but hopefully still playing with all that heart we know them for. I do got to give another shout out though to Masu. I think he's had an incredible weekend already, but again, we talked to Rocco. Talked about their motivations, their goals, the fact that he's switching over to being able to play mages, that flexibility. It comes out here, and him and Spyrax firing away with all the poke you could ever want.
Yeah, but
so
Spyrax, come on. Masu did good, but Spyrax, that was... If you want to show
but that's the thing. You can't forget about either of them, because FlyQuest will hit him with you 2 times. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You got a point there.
You better watch out for both fists when FlyQuest are punching. But we do want to move forward into our bit of fun, as I have a segment here called 3 Little Words. Now, I picked up some replays with the help of our replay observer, and just to make sure you guys understand the context of this, I'm going to bring up a play. It's going to be frozen. It's not going to be started just yet. I'm going to pick one of you to describe what is going to happen in said play in 3 words. Only 3, no more, no less, no holy hand grenades. You have to
no holy hand grenades.
No holy hand grenades. You have to be able to describe it. I'll have the other caster talking through the play and judging your 3 little words. So I want to go ahead and bring up the first play here. We'll have it frozen. We'll have it ready to go. And Cubby, I'm going to put you up on the deck here. So describe what is about to happen in this play in 3 little words.
Like before it happens?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, use that. You were bragging about all your knowledge and your memory yesterday, Cubby. I don't know. You were throwing it around in the halftime shows. Where are you at now? Where's your memory?
Lennon, I can tell you where it is. Look at that bookshelf behind him, right? Do you see this one behind him? Do you see a single book on there? There's none. He has no knowledge. No knowledge at all.
There are books.
You got to give me the 3 words.
Look at that. Look at that lower shelf next to the board game.
He's got a whole 3 books. Man.
I'm glad
is that your 3 words? There's a book.
Actually, it should be Welcome LEC Raid, but getting into this Rally Cry halftime show. We did a FlyQuest take game 1, and we're getting ready for game 2. But before my 3 little words for this, support too deep.
All right, support too deep. Magical, you're gonna have to pick them apart, judge them all you can. Let's go ahead and play this clip.
It definitely, I think, is an apt description, because when you watch this one, Winsome does get picked off, but I actually feel like that's not really accurate, because it felt like fight too soon to me, because they needed to wait for Yuji in order to show up for this one, because once Yuji shows up, they're able to pick off and make it a 1-for-1, but they probably could have made it a 2-for-0 had they just waited a little bit longer for Yuji.
I agree. I might have said that during the cast, but obviously I'm better in the moment than out of the moment. So
your memory's not serving you here.
Well, it's the halftime show. I'm trying to take a break.
I think Magical had the better version of it there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's go ahead and bring up the second play here. It'll be frozen. Magical, you are on deck this time. Give me 3 little words to describe what exactly is about to happen here.
I'm trying to think which play. Oh, okay. This is Crocodile. eats bombs.
Crocodile eats bombs. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play this one, Cubby. Let's see what Magical had in store for us.
I mean, I feel like this is the premise for a great superhero. You just have a crocodile
eats bombs,
who is
Very
actually,
specific superhero.
Can take down maybe even nuclear likes.
Like,
if
you
we
ate
put
so
this in the
many bombs
Godzilla
there.
franchise, yeah,
He doesn't need one of those suits to defuse bombs. He just eats them.
It could be in the Godzilla franchise, quite frankly. As the
Honestly, he was kind of Godzilla in this moment too.
yeah, no, the TP was pretty good. I like that Magical. I'm not going to come up with a better 3 words for that because I can't.
No,
I'm
Well
not
done.
good job.
No
I'm
better words.
I'm dominating this show.
I mean,
apparently. You win both
ladies,
sides of the matchup.
he looks good in that shirt. He comes up with 3 little words. I'm sorry he's taken, but,
sorry.
I got to say.
Get you a man that can
Oh.
I guess, describe plays in
flex.
3 words. Sure. Let's go ahead and bring up.
And also looks like
clip
that.
of the
I mean,
game.
come on.
Also looks like that. Let's go ahead and bring this up now, Cubby. I will say you're going to be back on the docket here.
Okay.
So I want to give you a chance to get 3 words on
Got
what's
this,
about
Cubby.
to
I believe
happen
in you.
here. And Magical will judge you all day long.
I believe in you. You got this. Pat, wait, can I pat your head from here?
It's
Pat,
close.
pat,
It's
pat,
close.
pat, pat.
Hammer brought down.
Ooh, okay. I think that's a pretty good thing. Let's go ahead and play this one, Magical, and pick that one apart.
Yeah, I mean, this fight
hammer
right
brought
here
down.
is probably. Oh no, this is just when after the quadra kill already happened. I was thinking that this was like during the quadra kill, but this is the triple kill where somehow I don't know how Spyrex lives throughout all of this because they threw so much to kill him, and yet he
they
kept
did.
surviving. The Duskblade came clutch every single time he needed to. Like right when you're like, he's dead for sure. He's dead here. But then he survives.
Maybe-
he gets a triple kill.
Maybe
he's got-
Duskblade is balanced. That could have been it.
Duskblade
you know.
is balanced. That's a good one. I like that one. I
Duskblade's
like that
balanced.
one.
I think that one's a better one. Duskblade
Yeah.
is balanced right there. I think that's pretty good. All right. Well, we got our last clip ready to go. We'll go ahead and bring it up. Frozen and Magical. See if
Okay.
you can just win this one away at this point. It wasn't even a competition, but with the way Cubby's been representing, maybe it is. What are your 3 little words here for our final play?
Holy Hail Mary.
Holy Hail Mary. So, for this clip, the actual play, like the observing, was insane. It was all over the place. It was really cool, but I felt like the replay actually captured a lot of the craziness a little bit more. So let's go ahead and play this one and see if Magical was right on the money.
Yeah, he was. I mean, this was a Hail Mary from
You got to strap in
Supernova.
for this. It's a long one.
Yeah.
I mean, we also missed the part where 3 people chased
Yep.
Faisal, then gave
Exactly.
up, and then he TP's
Exactly.
back here.
Yeah, it's that long of a play. It was like a
That's
whole
where I was
sequence
like,
of like
I
a minute
wanted
and a
to
half.
include all of it. I wanted
I
to
just-
get all of it. I was like, that's probably not good.
I just really liked how Supernova was able to peel Spyrex there. I think Spyrex getting that hammer auto down actually ends up winning them the fight in the back half. Not to mention Faisal just being as beastly as he was. They managed to take out the carries for Supernova. No damage around that. Or besides
Yeah,
that.
but that's why I called it the Holy Hail Mary. It's like they tried. They went
Yeah.
for everything, the miracle that they needed to, and they tried to even without actually getting anything back.
I think my 3 little words would have been hello promotion tournament. So that's
Oh.
Promotion tournament. Yeah, that's a good one. There you go.
Okay, well, those are some hurtful 3 little words, but we do have to talk a
They're
little bit about brass tacks as Rally Cry halftime show has come to an end. We do want to focus up for our second game of the day, and it is Supernova who will be put into that promotion tournament. FlyQuest still sitting pretty, still trying to get that secured second place, and they're already on the way too, as you say. So I think now with a little bit of that pressure off both sides, you have to look at what we're going to get some of the chaos for a potential final game of the regular season for both these 2 teams.
See, these are the games that Mad Magical really looks forward to. The ones that have no stakes. Now, I don't think that either of these teams are going to go throw anything too crazy out. Maybe Supernova does, but I would like to see them go out with a bang. And to be honest, Supernova is still a team where we're going to face the top 4 teams in our open qualifiers here in that promotion tournament to try and re-earn their spot in the Challengers League for spring. I think that they've earned a lot this split, and I would love to see one more game of that, some of the highlights, especially Quacker, who has been a strong top laner on a weaker team for this squad.
Yeah, the combo of him and Trevor, a little bit of the leadership from the support role, but Quacker just having so many incredible moments.
Music, too. Had some nice moments throughout the
Music, Trevor. I mean, Trevor still looked really good as a support. A lot of the engages that he was setting up for the team. There are moments that a lot of these players on Supernova can like look back towards and say, hey, we've learned a lot from this. We grew an insane amount. And as we keep talking about, unlike in spring where we had a last place team only pick up a single win, not series, a single win.
Yeah.
This team, even if they're at the bottom, they've got 11 wins to their name. That is far ahead of what we had from last split.
Well, let's see how much heart they can give us in this last game here before they see themselves in that promotion tournament. Let's go ahead and kick it over to Draft.
All right, thank you, Marcel, and we'll see you after the game for the Verizon post-game interview. But as you said, Covey, these games can be fun, depending on how the teams want to approach them, because for FlyQuest, they are guaranteed second seed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have gotten themselves second seed with that win. But for Supernova, there is still a lot that they can play for. Even if they are guaranteed in the promotion tournament, you could have better seeding going into it. 9th, 10th gives you a little bit of an edge where maybe you don't have to face off against some of the stronger teams that we have in the OQs, looking at teams like Mirage Alliance or Team Ambition. If you can avoid those teams, you have a high likelihood of making it back for the 2024 season.
That's true. They do sit one win above Team Fish Taco at the moment. Another win would be really nice for them to try and make sure they are that 9 seed. So it's not like things are totally gone here for the side of Supernova, but also just playing for pride, going out on a high note from Challengers League. This is a team where I feel like even with 11 wins on the board, they picked up more wins than what I expected from them this split, and would love to see Supernova, play for some of that pride. I've been watching a little bit of LPL recently, catch our coworker Mazel on the broadcast every once in a while, and some of those teams, they had no playoff opportunities, no potential, and man, they went out swinging, which I really loved from that league. It was really fun to watch. So
I like the craziness. I like playing chaotic and doing your own thing when the games don't matter as much. But I also do appreciate when a team, they say, you know what, we might be out, but we are going to do our best on the way out, take these wins, be proud of the season that we had going into the promotion tournament.
Well, diving into this draft, have some adaptations coming out. Supernova yet again on the blue side. This time, they're going to take away the Maokai instead of locking it in for themselves, and we'll actually take the Sejuani. So expecting a rel to come through for FlyQuest, have that be flexible throughout the rest of the draft. And we'll see how much priority FlyQuest are going to put on that Jace.
Well, I was about to say, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just slammed the rel Jace here for FlyQuest, because Spyrex, that has been one of those champions, that and the Tristana, that we've really seen them look really good on here in the summer split. And one of the things that I think I like about how FlyQuest have been able to play is that Spyrex, this player that we saw come into the scene with Academy last year with UG, a newer player coming in from Maryville, and how he has grown over that time to be this player that we constantly are having the conversation of, like, this guy is one of the best mid laners that we have in the Challengers League.
I know he didn't show it on the LCS stage, but his Jace is really good.
That's one game.
His Jace is really good.
It's one game. That's it. One game.
Just one game. But at the moment, we have one more game to go in this best of 2. So see if Spyrex can step up again in this one. As no surprise to see the Renekton locked in with Sejuani on the top side. We'll see if Visol responds with a tank or maybe even a Jax to try and get out of that Permafrost passive. And then we'll see what they take into the Aphelios, which has been damn good for the side of Masu. We have seen him busting out some of the mages, improving on that, but Aphelios is his most played. He is 6-2 on the champion. So love to see another game of Aphelios for Masu, who continues to be one of the most impressive players that we have in Challengers this split, and is my vote for most valuable prospect.
All right. I think there's going to be a good conversation about most valuable prospect, because there's a lot of good players that we have here in the Challengers League. But looking at what Supernova themselves have drafted, they've gotten that Ziggs here for Sketch, and then on the other side, a Gragas has been picked up.
All right. This Gragas can be flexible.
It can. We saw it support. We saw it support by, I think, actually Trevor.
We have, but we are expecting.
Oh, no, NXI. Sorry, it was NXI.
Yeah, it was into the rel. As you can body slam and cancel the crash down from rel. But it is Vysol's second most played champion. Now, Gragas did see some nerfs, but it is still playable in the top side. Notably, that passive really hurt. But it is something that UG historically has played in the jungle, has yet to play this split. Just want to kind of, keep our options open. as phase rush Gragas and Sejuani, not too bad, as that is something that could be an option. So see how creative FlyQuest gets here with this draft. They'll have some pieces that they can move around between that Gragas and the Rel. And Supernova, yeah, they're going to be a little bit wiser to it. They're still actually going to take away that Ornn, not wanting to deal with that at the top side.
I'm just looking at FlyQuest, and I am seeing Yasuo screaming at me right now. It's like they just want to go for the Yasuo Gragas combination here from UG Spyrex, I think. And with this ban of the Jace, even though Jace can get stopped by the wind wall, the hammer form is something that Yasuo does have to fear. So I'm really looking at how FlyQuest drop this one. If it's going to be that Yasuo with the Malphite ban, this is the perfect time to go for it.
In a way, like, that made bans pretty difficult for the side of Supernova. They decided to not throw bans at mid. That would be really the one place where you expect bans to land. So banning out top laners, and now FlyQuest, I would expect them to lock in a mid laner to preserve this flex between the Gragas and the Rel, but no, actually going to be that Viego for the side of UG. So now everything's set in stone. Technically, I guess Gragas could go mid. We're expecting that to go top in the hands of FlySol. So will be Rel support. Opportunity now for Trevor to counter. We have seen Leona be played a lot by Winsome into the Rel. It does synergize really well with the Ziggs. So that is an option, but also we have seen Trevor play that Rakan quite a bit, which is available for him again. This is a weak side bot lane that can now help Supernova play towards the rest of the map. As I say that, he swaps off. It's Alistar. Please, for the love of God, pick Silas, guys. FlyQuest. Pick Silas.
Yeah,
have Alistar ult.
Yes,
Alistar is good at it.
You have a Ziggs ult, and you have
never
a
mind.
Yone.
No more Silas. No more Silas.
No more Silas.
No more Silas.
No more Silas. Once that gets selected, we're both like, yeah, no. Backpedal. He said backpedal.
He's still gonna do it.
He said backpedal. Okay. So we get the Silas picked here for Spyrex, even though the Yone is showing.
All right, this is Spyrex's first Silas of the split, but there's an Alistar on the board, and that is enough to make yourself a menace in team fights. So this Silas is going to be Beyblading with that Alistar ult quite a bit in these fights. Do have to be careful, as it is a very heavy melee composition into Ziggs. So Sketch has a real opportunity to do some damage in this game, and Sketch is a good mage player from the marksman role. So that is the one source of magic damage. We'll see if the Ziggs can get rolling. I gotta say, I like Alistar a lot in the FlyQuest composition, but Silas makes Alistar feel so bad because Alistar ult on Silas versus Alistar ult on Alistar, you're going to take Silas every single time.
Oh, exactly, because not only are you going to survive all the damage that comes through, but then you're also going to deal all that damage back. It's a win-win no matter what for Spyrex. So really, it's going to come down to the execution of how I think this mid lane 2v2 between the Sejuani and the Yone works together to put behind Spyrex so he cannot tag team with Yuji, roam around, steal away that unbreakable will of Trevor, and break the will of Supernova in this final game.
I like that call out, Mad Magical, as a very explosive mid lane matchup. Yone does have that Sejuani to boot to help stack up that Permafrost passive. So fully expect both of our junglers to actually start on the bot side for this game and work their way up top. This is cheesy.
No, I love this. They have no idea either. Winsome, he has got quite the angle, and guess what he's going towards? Quacker realizing a little too late he's got nowhere to go. He will take the slice and dice away. He does survive danger.
It's not the worst level up for the side of the Renekton. As he will actually, that's kind of nice for Supernova. They do get info that the blue buff is spotted. As, again, expect both of our junglers to work bot to top. Oh, hold on. UG actually going to work top to bot. All right, so playing around Masu still. Curious. As that Gragas will be left on its lonesome, and it will not be a contest on the top side early on for the side of FlyQuest. So I think they understand, hey, if Sejuani shows up in one of these solo lanes, we don't win the 2v2. Viego wanting to go where he has push in his lanes, which should be that Aphelios Rel in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, at least for the first few levels until you get that early recall off for Sketch where he gets that lost chapter. Typical things that we've been seeing over and over again. This matchup is pretty obvious nowadays since we've seen it so many times, but I do really want to kind of focus on this top half of the map because Quacker, last game, it was a quiet early for him. Kind of uncharacteristic of what we've seen this weekend from the player, but also just how Supernova have been playing to find their wins, has always been around how Quacker has done in these lanes and getting these early leads to snowball elsewhere. And I really do want to see Music attacking either mid lane or top lane early into this game because, as you called out, well, the game itself might not have the most stakes here. But it is all about pride on the way out here for Supernova.
And, I mean, seeding does matter, as we have Grapes joined us this week on the broadcast, also covers OQ, saying once a revenge match, so there's a picture of Kisno and Dragoon set to be in the tournament right now.
Nice flash body slam. Quacker slice. Where's the dice? It's the flash instead to get away.
FlyQuest going to be trading with
Robbie
the
Bob, taking a lot of damage. Not enough, though, as he snaps back with the soul. But Music is here. That's a bad spot to be in if you're Spyrex. That's why he has to flash away from danger. But the flash coming in from Robbie Bob, but it's going to be the change back and forth. Who gets it? First blood for Spyrex.
Spyrex, what a play. The Uke, the sideways comes out from him as it's the first one of the split. Now, okay, it's going to get cooked.
Trevor, he's like, I might as well get something back for the team. But like you said, it is still an even trade. Technically a 2-for-1 in favor of FlyQuest, all from this outplay of Spyrex.
Actually, really curious. Spyrex has Lucidity boots now in this match. I would say it's a little bit different tech. Maybe going for more W's. As it's a great trade from Robbie Bob. The back half of this, the fact that he got the auto Q knockup auto on the Spyrex makes this very hairy. Flash burn, and then Robbie Bob, he didn't think the E was back up, but the abscond into the abduct, into the Beyblade. Spyrex able to take first blood. And then we have the sacrificial cow. You know? We're still grilling steaks at Magical. Keep on talking, as might have lost that Magical in the low broadcast. Spyrex gonna get.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. Music. Okay, slow. They're gonna get Robbie Bob too. Oh, this is just getting disastrous here for Supernova. As Masu, he was left them as lonesome in the bot lane, but 1v2, the flash away, flash forward, Masu!
Oh no!
How does he keep pulling off magic in this bot lane as Trevor now tried to tag him, chasing him down the best he can, waiting for the cooldown, but that's a bad baiting wave. He got the cannon. Oh no!
He's gonna get the kill.
Supernova! Everything's going awry as he tried to go for the re-engage, but Winsome body block in there for Masu.
That's a great cue from Winsome. I think that actually saves Masu. Hold on, Masu.
Does it though? Satchel charge, the minefield not enough. Not in range for the headbutt pulverized combo out of Trevor, so Masu should be able to get out of this one unless a stray hits him from Sketch, but Winsome getting far enough back should be able to defend Masu.
FlyQuest Challengers are just better. They want that first 6-0. No team in Challengers has been able to secure it yet. They sure as hell want it, as we see Winsome with the hover to protect Spyrex. That's just enough to get Spyrex out of dodge and make sure this mid 2v2 that we said was so explosive turns in favor. And then it's just Masu doing Masu things. Just a casual 1v2 in the bot lane, you know, picking up right where he left off yesterday on that Dynamite Kaisa game. Trevor's going to want that combo back. He missed it. Masu gets out. Even gets the caddy creep here. That's big. That's the highlight of that play, man.
It really is, honestly. The fact that he gets the cannon wave, it's a massive minion wave, so Trevor can actually continue to chase that, because that amount of minions would have actually allowed Masu to turn it around and truly be a 1-for-2 in the bot lane. But here into the bot lane, Getch looking to avoid danger, but he's stunned up by the Shattering Strikes, taken low. Doesn't even wait for Masu to get there.
Played by UG as this Viego for UG. We have talked so much about the hands that UG has and how he has evolved as a player. We've seen a lot of good looks from him on the Maokai and the Sejuani, especially in the second round robin. Kind of where the jungle meta has been going. Definitely something we would not have seen out of UG in its first split Challengers in 22 spring. So seeing some of that growth is nice, but also Mad Magical. Good to see him back on the Viego, man. He has the hands. His Lee Sin Viego play really is nasty, as it's what got him Challenger on all 4 major region servers, as UG continues to impress.
I have something fun for you. This game might not have the stakes when it comes to standings, but it has stakes in the fact that we talked about this before. The first team gets 6-0.
Yes.
Fear got game 1 over Wildcard over on the path to LCS Challengers. They are now about 4.5 minutes into their game. We are at this point where it's going to be a speed run. Yeah, I got it open there too, because we're on a speed run. It is a race to get that 6-0 between both teams. Whichever team wins first could be enough to pick up the first 6-0 since they're both 5-0.
All right, I guess that's the fun we're going to have with this one. As Spyrax, he's got the Alistar ult, so he can just walk forward and not care about anything in the world. As, yeah, you can turn this on to Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor kind of realizing that as well. Saying, oh, shoot, I should have got back to the team. Tark doesn't even pop the ult, instead goes back in. Tap back for Robbie Bob. Trevor's low, but they got the tag onto Yuji, and the Croc is here. That's going to be a problem. They get the flash forward, 1-for-1 at the moment, but Spyrax dashing over the wall away. Doesn't have the ult. Has lost that already.
Yeah.
Quacker there. Okay.
Okay, Masu.
Masu.
He's just going to pop Ghost and then walk away. I mean, you can see Masu just fishing for it as Spyrax. Trevor, I mean, this is deja vu.
Yeah,
he did the same thing last game.
Just a little earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, does it, maybe FlyQuest really is trying to lean into the speed run right now because they want to get these wins, but right there, Sketch was able to easily pick up his solo bolo against Masu.
All right, well, Masu popped Ghost early. Ziggs hit 6, and he's like, all right, that's enough for me to actually walk this one out. It's turned on. Sketch finds a little bit of a 1v2 now as Quacker, oh, he flashed the barrel. He gets into the fight hall. He's down a level, but he can win this.
All right, looking for the 1v1.
Oh, he missed.
Not gonna get the slice and dice, but the flash over the wall. Faisal waiting for the cooldown, or he's just waiting for Yuji to show up as the Croc now realizes, gives the thumbs up. He's like, ah, crap, this isn't gonna go too well. Faisal's body belly flop, gets the kill there for Yuji. More gold over to FlyQuest Challengers.
I would say top lane's been neutralized, and Faisal's even going for a damage build, so it is not going to be that tank Gragas that we usually see in the Renekton. Instead, it is going to be the Everfrost. And oh boy, more fights.
Nice double knockup. I feel like both teams are just saying, you know what? For FlyQuest, they've locked in second seed. Supernova, they are in the promotion tournament. Of course, they could fight for 9th, 10th place if they do pick up this, well, not this one. If the Maryville Team Fish Taco game goes 1-1, there it could be the tiebreaker game between them. But they are going to be in the promotion tournament regardless, and it seems that both teams are just having a bit fun of this with this one. They're just going full balls to the walls on this one. Scrap at every possible moment. Spyrax right there fighting against Robbie Bob. The Robbie Bob turns it back into the face of FlyQuest. Yuji could show up to help out, but with music in the back pocket, he'll be able to get out.
And music secured the Rift Hero wall that was going on, so FlyQuest, I mean, throwing haymakers on the map, actually getting answered back by the side of Supernova.
Yeah, the biggest stakes, standings, sure, it's minor, like I said, but I feel like this is just Supernova saying, we don't want to give you the 6-0 FlyQuest. We don't. You have to work for it. You have to fight tooth and nail to pick up the 6-0. As maybe Trevor is also trying to help out his old team, delay the game long enough so Cincinnati Fear can get the first 6-0.
Top lane matchup now gonna very much go in favor of Faisal, given the lead that the Gragas has. You can see how he's utilizing his skills to keep his health bar up, whether that is blocking the grass or utilizing Gragas passive. Because meanwhile, bot lane Winston, he's gonna get punted back. Yuji's here.
Crash down. Yuji's here. That's a lot of damage on a Winston, but he flashed away, and they've got the Moonlight Vigil popping into the back line, and the flash forward. Soul's taken away, bouncing around because it's Alistar pulling back in music so they can get a double kill for Yuji. Granted, mid lane, Robbie Bob did get another solo bolo over Spyrax, but it is FlyQuest winning across the map.
This game's wild, man. We just got kills everywhere. 16 kills in 11 minutes. Got to see some more hands there from Yuji. He's really fed on this Viego. But we are going to freeze. We're going to see some of the hands here on Robbie Bob.
Yeah, this is kind of why when we saw the Yone pick, we're like, yeah, Silas doesn't have the best matchup here.
So, the cancel on the W. Well played from Robbie Bob, who, being known as a Victor Vigar player, mostly coming into this split, seeing him remind us that, hey, he used to, play a lot of ADs, even be a Zed main at some point. Robbie Bob's career.
Okay, well, hold on.
Pretty nice.
Faisal,
Yeah.
a bit of
He's
just a bit of danger. Is he though?
fine.
Because
Oh,
music's
not anymore.
here. That's like music's here as well. It's a lot of damage. But Quacker's got to be careful. He got to burn him down quickly enough so the boar can get out of there. But back into the mid lane. More skirmishing, and that's going to be the change connecting. And Robbie Bob 1v2. He wants the fight. Got to be careful though, because Yuji, he's behind and he was waiting. They baited it in perfectly.
Yuji not even needed. Gonna get cleaned up by the side of FlyQuest for his Masu. He's gonna fish for a 1v1 again.
He just wants it. He just wants it every time.
Yeah, that's how this game's gonna go. Oh, I mean, we have some stakes, but it's really just seeding for the promotion relegation tournament that Supernova is gonna be in. And FlyQuest realizing that, they're like, all right, man, let's just hands check for the entire game.
Yeah, let's just throw hands every single moment. I'm Yuji. I'm 5-1. Quacker looking to get on the run. But does he use... Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Boom, pop, bang.
Really nice play by Yuji. Used the Shroud to speed himself up. W-ult, close the gap. Croc falls. He takes over the skin of the Croc. It's kind of messed up. Might even be illegal, but not on the rip.
It's crocodile shoes. That's what it is, man.
He's
got crocodile pants, too?
I feel like this is a crime.
No, it's fashion, man. It's fashion. You don't know fashion, clearly. Clearly.
I don't understand fashion. If anyone's going to understand fashion, I don't know if I want to say it's you, Mad Magical, but just because it's the last day of the regular season, I'm going to give you this one.
All right, I appreciate it. People say that I either dress the best or the weirdest, and I'll take both. Because...
It gets attention, regardless. As Masu, he's going to have to... Oh,
Ghost?
okay.
Yeah, he just popped Ghost. He's like, all right, cool, I'm good. I'm out of there.
Trevor, so frustrated he pressed Ghost, he just punched the air. Oh, hold on. Nice angle from Robbie Bob.
Robbie Bob getting a lot of damage onto Spyrex. You want to use the ult? Doesn't even bother because he doesn't even have it.
So, remember when in draft I was like, hey, maybe not pick Silas, is Yone showing? Oh,
yeah, well, right now Winsom's just going to die. So that's actually going to be bad. He's got the flash, but ooh, to make it a field goal. Music unfortunately coming up a little bit shy on that Glacial Prison. So Masu will get out of there. With Sketch being low, Trevor not in the best position either. Would be a fight back in the mid lane. Flash forward from Faisal. Not connecting with
He's going to kill the wave?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Huh?
That's one way to do it. He got the wave.
That's one way to do it. You're not wrong.
I'm lost in this game too, man. This game's everywhere.
Okay,
we're just throwing hands, man.
I love it. You know what? Just go for it. Fight constantly. Try to get the bloodiest game we've had of the split. I think the most kills we've had in a single game for the split is at 60 total.
I mean, we did have a 26-minute game that had 46 kills and 40 on the winning team. And Supernova was on the loser of that game. They won game 2, though.
Yeah, that's true. Right now, though, Cracker, 1v2, stolen away dominance. Cracker getting a little bit of distance, pops the dominance himself, waiting for the flash. Has called the make, and guess who's here? Now he's got the backup. That's going to be a novel knockup as well on a Spyrex. Spyrex will be burned before Faisal can show up, but Yuji, that's the big problem.
Watch Yuji.
No, here comes Yuji to save the day. He missed, though, Quacker. Good slice and dice his way out of there, but Trevor, he's giving himself up. Trying to say, hey, take me, not the Croc, but the Croc will fall still as the stolen soul from Yuji. He could go for more. He's got the slice and dice. He's got music, tag, double knock him again from Trevor. The crash down, and too little, too late, as you'll fall. And it's Supernova picking up huge fights, getting a double kill for Sparks, and send more, why not?
Send them all.
Matsu's here. They got no TPs, though, left for FlyQuest. As the belly flop, that's the Bamba onto Trevor, but Trevor survives. And look at Matsu, tagged with the bomb, too. He throws out the Moonlight Vigil. Not enough to pick up music. The fight ain't done here, Cubby. We're going for more as Matsu tries to get away, and he wants the kill instead. Bomb not going to connect. Waiting for it. He tagged the damage. Can he take a guard? No, he couldn't take one with him.
Let's go. We're just tossing hands, man. This is the Challengers gameplay. I don't know if I'm proud of it, but you know what? It's the end of the season. Why not? It's honestly at this point a gift toss to Mad Magical, as we don't care about anything on the map. We're just picking champs to go ham, and we're trying to toss as many hands as we can. Welcome to Scrim Meta, everyone. Hope you enjoy it while you're here.
And honestly, I'm enjoying this. It's nothing but team fights right now.
You're enjoying it. It's the game for you.
I get a little bit of a reprieve right now, Cubby. You know, I gotta take a breath. Relax.
It's somewhat torturous for me, but you know, I'm just gonna turn my brain off and enjoy what's gonna happen. Is we're gonna have another fight. Trevor.
Ooh, double knockup. Not actually gonna be followed through. All right, keep talking. I'm taking a sip of water.
Oh, okay. Well, you have the Rift Herald being turned down here by FlyQuest. You just gonna take that one for himself. Top turret falling. Bot turret falling. Robbie Bob's still really fed this game. I think Robbie Bob's gonna have to be the person that we look out for on the side of Supernova if we're gonna get serious about anything here.
I think he wants to fight this, yeah. He was looking for Masu. Use the soul. That's a lot of damage on Masu as he's trying to kite back and away. Snaps back to reality, but the flash in. Not enough with the cleave, but that cleave will do enough.
Masu, he's trying to limit test everything he can. We're seeing a couple, I will say, somewhat rare mistakes from Masu. He's trying to, move and schmove, but still, FlyQuest, they're chucking everything they can at him. And Supernova, take a dragon for it.
I'm checking on the other stream really quick.
I love how the junglers are like, you know what? We're going to actually take the neutrals now. We're going to have to... The sense and the madness, it's being stopped by the junglers.
All right, I will say, our game is significantly more fun than the other stream.
What? Fill me in on the other stream here, Mad Magical. Get me out of this game for a second.
So it's 15 minutes in. It's 2 kills for Wildcard, 8 for Fear, with a 4,000 gold lead for Fear.
I mean, Fear's on a hot streak.
Yeah, but we have 18 minutes in, 28 kills.
And even gold.
And even gold.
We ball, baby. Let's go.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is the one that you want to watch. This is the entertainment I'm here for. Because Robbie Bob, as you called out, he's pretty fed. He's got himself that Gale Force now, and I just want to keep seeing him try to 1v1 Masu. I want to see if Masu could ever outplay the Yone.
Well, despite Ghost and Gale Force from the last time, the Yone was a little bit too fed. Speaking of Gale Force, Robbie Bob's got one of his own now. That's rather scary on the execute here for the Yone.
That's what I was saying.
I see from Robbie Bob.
Nice ult, too.
Really well done.
Gets out a lot of that damage that Faisal could have thrown at him. But he is now at 50%, which means his team's got to be careful because he's got a lot of the gold for his team at the moment. But Robbie Bob, he ain't done with this one. He's like, all right, Faisal, what do you got left? You used the Bomba earlier. The snapback almost picks up. With the minions? No, he heals up just enough from the passive as Yuji saying, all right, it's my turn to strike.
Oh, no.
Missing, though,
Gale
with the
Force.
ult. Didn't get it because that Gale Force, as you called out, was perfect there from Robbie Bob to deny that. As look at the other side, Sketch and Trevor. Who would have think that a Ziggs is going to be the one flanking? But there comes the bomb to clear out the way, getting a lot of damage on his sparks.
No,
He flashed
ult.
away. Not gonna get knocked up today as FlyQuest Challengers. They have stopped for now, but they just TP'd back in mid lane, and there's gonna be a TP mid lane coming in from Sketch.
All right, we're trying to macro a little bit, actually, instead of micro, as a couple things go wayward. Sketch TP's back mid to save his own outer. Music shows some fancy Sejuani mechanics, as that is a little fadeaway slide there on the W, and FlyQuest still fishing.
They want these fights. They just want to keep fighting over and over again. I'm telling you, the teams are aiming for the most kills in a single game this split.
Silas can't hijack Alistar ult at the moment. I think he's going to need a little bit more time sitting on this ultimate to be able to actually take the Alistar Unbreakable, which I think is really what he's looking for in these fights. It's one way to deal with Ziggs poke, Take Unbreakable, take the 60% damage reduction, and run through everything.
Just run them down. Make sure that Ziggs cannot escape from you.
I feel like Supernova should strategically,
Strategically, yes.
run Alistar away from Silas. Never take his off.
But then where's the fight, Cubby? Exactly.
These teams have fought. I feel like the teams took their own water break here. It's like, hey,
they're just getting water breaks. They're relaxing for a second. They're gearing up for the next fight. That's what it is. Look at this. We got TPs down. How can you have a fight, die, and then TP back into the fight if TP's not up? Check me.
That's phased as hell.
Exactly. That's like that. That's what they're really waiting for. They're waiting for those TPs to come back up.
You know what I feel like we should have next for this game?
What's up?
Let's just have as many Baron takes as possible so that we promote our wonderful sponsor, Turo. The Turo Baron buff. I feel like that's the next thing we need in this game. We need a bunch of kills and then a bunch of Baron kills.
I like that. Love that idea.
Let's do it.
Let's see if the players listen to that. right now. Robbie Bob looking for that solo bolo against Faisal. That's going to be the bomb back with smack back in with the soul. Gale for 2. He wants that kill so bad, but Yuji not going to make it too easy for him. But dashing away, no, not enough. Yuji does topple the Titan Robbie Bob.
Unfortunately, if Yone is not grouped up with Supernova, it's really tough for them to burn this Baron. So it will not be attempted. It's going to be waves fixed, and FlyQuest edge out on the true lead of this game, which is the kill count, as it's 15-14. They're winning.
They are at 29 in this game.
That's
so
my
far.
analysis for what this game has devolved to.
22 minutes in. I like
enjoying
this.
it.
This reminds me of back when I first started casting, and I would just cast like any games, like Friends, Challengers, whatever I could find. Just cast those games, and oftentimes you'd have like 80 kills in a game, going like 40 minutes. Did you not do that, Cubby?
I'm just letting you cook them.
Oh, I was waiting for you to respond. It's a conversation.
Well, I mean, they stopped fighting, so you gotta actually talk more when they're not fighting now.
No, that's your job. I talk when they're fighting, like now. This
hold
is when
on.
I start talking because they look for the engage on the Yuji, but Yuji survives. They got a lot of damage onto Winsome, who engages onto Quacker. Virus is looking for Sketch, though. Take out the Ziggs, the Bomba, flashed away, but Sketch is going to be running down as they get the kill on Masu on the other side for Robbie Bob. With Winsome, the next one to fall. Double kill for Robbie Bob, but he's got to be careful. He's tagged by Sparks and Yuji as he is killed by a double kill, and Sparks double knockup comes in for Trevor as they get the Croc to sink back the stolen soul of their teammate.
The death ball pays off for Supernova as they play around the Sejuani and makes target focus very easy. They end up bursting down Yuji in the back half there. Not able to continue in the fight. Members for the Dragon. They win, and Faisal TPs to get a turret. Not bad.
Yeah, Faisal will get some gold back for the team at least.
TP.
It's a good TP, answering that Dragon take here. Macro, boring stuff here from FlyQuest.
The reason we like it is it syncs up with the Dragon timers. So he's going to get it back to the Dragon. And, I mean, Gragas.
Yeah, but that's not the
anyway.
TP fight that I was talking about before.
Everyone's A-ramming anyway, man. Side lane's no resistance. What is the Masu? Oh, Quacker just flashed on the Masu and the one-tapped him.
Yeah.
Nice. They double flashed on the Masu. They're tired of the Aphelios. Not going to let Masu move in that one. As Yuji and Spyrax, they were split, end up doing some nice work as a duo, but Yuji taking that soul, it was right on top of the Croc, and that Croc, it fights back.
Also, really good heads-up play there from Trevor, waiting out the invulnerability of Viego as he's stealing the soul so he can get the instant knock-up on to Yuji so they can turn that play and make it a 3-for-2.
Oh, Masu, good
Nice flash there from Masu. But look at Robbie Bob. Robbie Bob onto the backline. That's going to be the soul unbound, getting a lot of damage into the backline, but Masu still relatively untouched, so they can pick up the kill on a Robbie Bob as everyone focused on Masu and got nothing for it. The Croc goes back in and sinks no teeth in. Instead, he's golden, waiting out the timer so he can spin to win. But shut down for Masu. Finally coming online in this fight as nobody can stop him anymore. He's got the damage and he's pumping it into the Supernova.
He got the Kraken Slayer, and he got the peel from his team as Masu was kept safe by FlyQuest Challengers, and Masu, like he always does, make sure that pays off as FlyQuest take the wipe. They're going to hit the Baron. Music might need to go for a hero steal here.
Yeah,
Big
but look
King
at that.
back. Oh, that's
Fyrax making sure that Music can't get there. But as they're chasing this down, look at Sketch on the other side. Sketch is there, so they get this killing spree for Spyrax, but the damage coming in from Sketch, held out by the Baron. Sketch is giving the go, and can he steal it? It's going to be secured by Yuji, unfortunately. Sketch, he pulled off one miracle, but that's just too many, as it's going to be the Turo Baron buff for FlyQuest Challenge.
I mean, still being quite the rat there, as it was a good attempt from the side of Sketch, but the Turo Baron buff secured by FlyQuest Challengers. They now be driving down the lanes, trying to remove the rest of these inner turrets. And what has been a rather hectic and fun game, 40 kills in 25 minutes. They got back on pace then, Magical. That's the importance here.
Yes. This is very important right now, that we are at 40 kills here at 26 minutes into the game.
Game of epic proportions.
Okay. So
This is the best game of League of Legends that we have seen when it comes to picking melee all-in comps and perma-fighting ever in the history of Challengers League.
So So I was right. The most kills we've had in a single game is 60. That was in 42 minutes. We're at 40 here at 26 as there's another fight on to Trevor, taking a lot of that damage and absorbing it back. Back to Trevor, but looking Quacker into the back line, but he could not tap Masu. Instead, he's the one picked up as Robbie Bob gets a huge ult, but he still could not kill Masu.
He didn't get the snap back as he ends up going to the gray screen. Masu continues to be strong. Oh my god.
Yuji. Yeah, he really just sent that one as Spyrax took a lot of damage too from the turret. How low the members of FlyQuest Challengers are despite having the Turo Baron buff. I don't think that they can stick around too much longer, but granted, Faisal, he's just doing Faisal things at the side lane.
Ziggs is like anti-fun gaming. Okay, hold on, Masu, he's gonna have some fun gaming here.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna kill Trevor, I'd imagine, or Yuji will. Yuji's gonna do that. Faisal now showing up here in mid lane. Gyarados sketch from even attempting to help out the cow.
See, it's anti-fun gaming.
And then Yuji, talk about anti-fun.
Okay.
What an engage there. Making sure they pick up the kill. It is going to be traded back because the turret's helping out, but Music, he's alive. No, he's dead. Okay.
Okay, Yuji. We're just playing Alistar like that from jungle. If jungle Alistar ever comes into the meta, I think Yuji can play it. We WQ flash, we're in.
I did like that. It was very good tech from Yuji. He has gotten himself 10 kills this game. Let's keep that in mind as well.
That's it.
Yeah, a lot of the goals have been spread around.
I mean, there's been 46 kills in this game so far, Mad Magical. We do have an update also from the other stream. I do not have the other stream up because unlike Mad Magical, I'm fully focused on the game in front of me as always.
I closed it. I closed the other.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I Fear 1-2-0, so they got the first 6-0 in the summer. And sure as hell looks like FlyQuest will be joining them. Team scaling in our last week. Fear. I will say, Fear, JJ came into my chat at the start of the week and said they were going to 6-0. And they did it. So
they lived up to it.
That's pretty impressive.
Taking down wild card to do that, very impressive as well. But we're going to talk about that later.
You know what? I'm going to talk about that now.
No.
I'm going to tweet mid-game.
Fine. You tweet mid-game. I'm gonna talk about this.
You got distracted. I get to be distracted too. No.
Because this game has a lot of kills, and I like that. I like when they're fighting all the time. Right now, Robbie Bump been attacked here by two fronts, but he's got Trevor on the other side. Gets the snap back, and a fate seal to pick up a kill on a Yuji. Spyrax tries to heal up the best he can as a TP comes in from Sketch, but flash away from Spyrax. Music chasing him away. He's got Rel in the back pocket to defend the Silas escape as mid lane. Masu and Faisal are attacking the Croc underneath the turret, trying to keep him at bay, but he is going to cut the wave for now. All the while, there's still this fight going on in the jungle. Spyrax is low, but still survived. That's going to be the TPN. They've got the stun on the Music, nearly burning him down. Masu, he's tackled. He's flashing away. He's surviving yet again. How does he keep managing it, Cubby? I don't know. This guy's out of his mind here in these team fights. Finally, Quacker tried to get on top of him, but it's just not enough. Masu is too godlike.
I mean, it's the team around him, man. The space that FlyQuest is buying for Masu then gets cashed in by their marksman. Well played there as Quacker and Supernova couldn't get to that big marksman in the back line, and now the base is going to fall.
Base should fall. The TP comes in from Spyrax, but he takes a lot of damage from Robbie Bob, cutting the wave the best again, and huge ult onto Masu. Snaps back. Robbie Bob, 1v4, scared away FlyQuest Challengers for now.
I mean, even the cast to boot. The Faisal's like, get him out of there, man. We can't deal with him. Kone is too big, man. He's too OP. Throw him away.
Yeah, seriously. And Robbie Bob getting that kill onto Masu there will keep the game alive. And guess what, Cubby? We are 8 kills away at 30 minutes and a half in to tying our record for most kills in a single game.
I mean, yeah, we're hitting that, baby. I feel like we need both teams to ace each other in the same fight. That's what we need.
That would be absolutely legendary. We'll see if that actually happens, though, because that is a very rare moment to ever happen in League of Legends. But you know what? With the champions picked in this game, it could happen, especially with Ziggs. Never know with the burn that you have from the Leandries as well as the minefield. For now, there's going to be both teams going for the NARAM as Yuji will be spotted out by Trevor on his escape, clearing out some of the vision. All the while, Robbie Bob finds Winston, forcing the crash down away. Might even be able to pick up the kill. Not enough. Barely not enough.
Oh my. The Yone and Ziggs doing some serious work here as FlyQuest having a tough time dealing with some of the things that Supernova are throwing at them. Level 18 secured here by Robbie Bob. Ziggs nearly has that rank 3 ultimate, which is rather thick. Ziggs does some serious scaling in Supernova. Trying to scale into this game. They are down 9k gold, but they're starting this Baron and FlyQuest. Pyrex is low.
Pyrex is very low. In fact, he's continuing to get lower and lower as Quacker finds Masu and Yuji on the other side. It's going to be the Turo Baron buff for Supernova, but afterwards, the fight from Robbie Bob forces one to go golden, and now he's back over the wall looking for the play. That's going to be TP in, waiting for the Croc to re-heal, but they've lost Sejuani. Masu still fighting back the best he can. The Croc is not even on top of him. He's too far away. Robbie Bob getting kited back, and he's healing up a little bit from Vital. Snaps back, though, right into the waiting arm. No, he takes the kill. How does he survive with the Guardian's Angel? Can he snap back and look for Masu? Waiting it out, but he's stunned up for too long. And it's a shutdown for FlyQuest Challengers with the ace to boot.
They got the walk-up early in the fight onto Masu, but the follow-up damage just wasn't able to be there from Supernova as they're in the gray screens. We're at 59 kills by Magical. I think we're going to hit 60 here, as we're going to have a couple bodies thrown at this base defense. FlyQuest, try and end it.
FlyQuest looking for that 6-0 to join Cincinnati Fear.
Come on, I have faith in Music and Sketch.
Of the
Get in there.
Potentially.
Get in there.
Throws his body in. He's trying to fight. He goes gold, and the minions are doing a little bit of work, but he dies. We're tied now. One more, but the minions will deny it. So only be tied, but it's a 6-0 picked up by FlyQuest Challengers.
I mean, tied in less time, though. It's 33 minutes for 60 kills. We almost had a 2-kill-a-minute pace. You won't see that in LCS, guys. Just throwing that out.
No, you won't. And FlyQuest Challengers, they had already cemented themselves as the second place team for our season. With that game, though, tied for the bloodiest game of the summer split as well. They'll take a 6-0 weekend, joining Cincinnati Fear as the only two teams to pick up a 6-0 this entire summer split.
Is some of the fun that we have of the last week of the regular season. You know, we might have tiebreakers and high-stakes games, but also some games that really only matter for Supernova seeding, and it's fun to see each of our teams throw down. And shout out to Supernova again. I know it's only 11 wins for them in this split. We will see them in that promotion tournament as they are relegated. They're going to try and get their spot back in Challengers League, but I still think we saw a lot more positives from Supernova this split than what I was expecting going in. This is a team where they can play map rather well, and curious to see how they are able to challenge some of those OQ teams that I think the top 4 is pretty good from OQs. Should be a solid 16 tournament. But Supernova, I think they have a couple advantages when it comes to how they actually move around the map and play that. So we'll see if that can help them re-earn their spot in the Challenge League.
And with them playing in the promotion tournament, no matter what, the only thing left to find out will be seeding, and that will be decided based off the series that will happen on Path to LCS between Maryville University and Team Fish Taco. A 1-1 split, I do believe, will force a tiebreaker game between Supernova and Team Fish Taco, but we'll figure that all out in a little bit because we got to toss to a break. We have a Verizon post-game interview to get to with Mazel, so make sure you stay tuned until after the break.
The LCS Challengers League is brought to you by Turo, the world's largest car-sharing marketplace. Find your drive.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Verizon post-game interview, and I am joined by none other than Spyrax for FlyQuest Challengers, and it is incredible to say that you guys got a 6-0 this weekend. It was tied with a 6-0 performance from Fear. I will say they finished first. They got the games first, but an incredible late season resurgence from you guys, as we've seen from last split and now represented again this split. What is the key to that? What is driving you guys?
I think the key is having to verse 3 of the bottom teams. No, but I mean, we actually didn't scrim much like this past few week, or like this week, for obvious reasons, or like some stuff was going down, or yeah. But I mean, we didn't really show up with like too much practice. We kind of just played the champions that we're comfortable on, and we made it work, I guess.
Hey, that's sometimes all you need. You guys had some incredible ones. Now, you personally, you've had a great split as Challengers. You've had insane carries on Tristanas, Jaces. You've had a lot of confident plays. Have you been doing anything differently to prep or any different approaches coming into this split?
Not really. Just same thing, really. Playing like doing 1v1s with other mid laners and watching VODs. I haven't played too much League, or League, solo queue rather.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of I'm kind of lacking practice. These like the viewers might not see it, but my laning is not great at all. I'm kind of running the lane like in trades and stuff, but I'll be better for playoffs.
I was gonna say last play when I talked to you a lot, you were talking about your effect outside of lane. Do you feel like you've made progress in that?
I honestly can't tell. I really can't tell if I'm like better or worse than before. Maybe I'm probably like a bit similar, or maybe a bit worse, honestly.
I don't know, man. I've been seeing some Chad performances from you, so I'm gonna say you've been better. All right, and that's just no bias, no bias. Now you and Yuji, you guys have been menaces this split. You guys have been doing so well together in these games. Do you credit anything to that from your guys' friendship outside of the game, and how has that been going this split?
Honestly, you kind of some games you just want to be nice. I kind of have to like sit there, you know, and like just let him like just help him, like support him basically, like in the game, carry him. And I mean sometimes it's the opposite. I'm like I have like all the kills or like all the gold, and he just helps me out to like play the game easier. So yeah,
Okay.
Pretty good synergy going on.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You did get the opportunity to play the LCS. Were there any big takeaways you came away from that opportunity with?
Yeah, I mean joining a team like a few days before, or like with like a few days like of notice is kind of hard because it's a completely different environment. But more importantly, I'm versed in like much better players, so it's hard to like adjust in like such a short amount of time.
Now, for all the Spyrex fans out there, I will ask you, do you have any words of motivation, any thoughts going into playoffs as well, as you'll be one of our top seeds?
We'll be playing better as a team. Our expectations is probably to win, but like finals minimum, and I think we can do that pretty easily if we just like keep improving from today onwards. So watch out for us.
I will ask one little side question as well. Masu's been starting to pick up the wizards. He's becoming a wizard in the bot lane. Are you giving him tips? Are you giving him the hat occasionally? You're like, okay, you can have the wizard hat for a little bit.
We're actually like there's some champions that like we're kind of like just pulling out like first time. We're after like one game of practice like in scrims. So like I mean he's kind of making it work with like almost no practice. I think he's played them before though in solo queue and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's like good enough for us, right?
I like it. All right. Well, I want to give you a chance to give some shout outs here before I let you go, Spyrex.
Shout out to my team, family, and viewers that are watching, obviously. Appreciate you guys. That's it.
Shout out to you, Spyrex. I'm excited to see what
Thank
you
you.
guys can do in playoffs. I will talk to you soon, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take it over. We're going to sit into a little break. We are going to come back. We're getting ready for our second series of the day. We got DSG versus EGC. You do not want to miss it.